Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Kayode Adebayo. President Bola Tinubu has approved the commencement of the 2024 National Honours Award to Nigerians and friends of Nigeria who have contributed to the development of the country. Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Mr. Sevaniah Jizalo, made this known at a meeting with the management staff of the ministry in Abuja. Mr. Jizalo said that the federal government will also honor Nigerians who have distinguished themselves in their various fields of endeavors. The minister explained that the forms and processes leading to the award of national honors are free of charge, adding that people should desist from paying for national honors. He further stated that the decision is in accordance with the National Honors Award Act 2004, which took retrospective effect from 1963. The House of Representatives Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations has raised concerns over safety issues and the use of substandard equipment in the Nigerian electricity supply industry. Chairman of the committee, Dr. Suleiman Gumi, emphasized the House's commitment to ensuring that the laws regulating safety in the sector are strictly enforced. Dr. Gumi announced that the committee, in collaboration with the Association for Public Policy Analysis, will host a conference to address safety challenges in the industry. According to him, the committee has identified the power sector as a crucial area where safety standards and regulatory policies must be strictly observed for effective legislative action. He further stated that despite government's efforts to create laws, establish regulatory policies, and set up institutions with guidelines, codes, and rules for operators, the challenges persist. Meanwhile, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has directed the theater commander to provide all necessary assistance to the flood victims in Borno. The Army boss gave the directive shortly after expressing condolences to the families of those who lost their lives and government of Borno State in the flood incident. He assured Nigerian Armed Forces will work closely with the National Emergency Management Agency and other relevant authorities to provide immediate relief and support to the affected communities. It will be recalled that flood waters have submerged major roads, homes, and shops across Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State, as well as parts of Jere local government area. The flood has also breached a prison wall in the customs area, leading to reports of some inmates drowning. The Nigerian Police Force has said the 10,000 newly recruited constables and specialists who are currently undergoing training will be deployed in February next year. Speaking in an interview with newsmen, the force spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, said the recruits' training is being conducted in 16 police training institutions across the country. He added that the training commenced on August 10 this year for the general duty cadre, adding that the exercise will last for 6 months, while the specialist cadre training will commence on 28th of this month. He said the recruits will be deployed in their state of origin in line with the federal government's community policing initiative. He said the training is currently being conducted in 16 police training institutions spread across the federation. The training commenced on 10th August this year for the general duty cadre and will last for 6 months. It will be recalled that the Police Service Commission in June released a list of 10,000 successful applicants for employment, which was initially rejected by the police under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, on allegation of corruption and demand a fresh recruitment process. The police, after weeks of standoff, finally accepted the list in July and announced that the 10,000 recruits will be sent for training. In the meantime, the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has confirmed INEC's readiness to conduct a free, fair, and credible election in Edo State this month. The INEC chairman gave the assurance when he paid an on-the-spot assessment visit to the 3 local government areas where the mock accreditation took place in Benin. Professor Yakubu said from his assessment, the commission was fully ready for the September 21st governorship election, noting that the electorate had nothing to worry about. According to him, the electoral body test-run the integrity of its systems ahead of the election and those for voter registration, as well as the upload of the result to the IREF portal. The INEC chairman stated that the commission under his watch had done its best, noting that it behoved on the electorate to come out en masse to vote for the candidate of their choice on election day. He also appealed to stakeholders, including security agencies, to collaborate with INEC to ensure a successful poll in the state. Now, on the sport, to the sports story, Nigerian basketball boys and girls teams have qualified for the quarterfinals of the Africa Under-18 Basketball Championship ongoing in South Africa. Reports say that the Nigerian Under-18 basketball team showcased their skills and talents in the qualification tournament for the FIBA Junior World Cup billed for Switzerland. It is the first time that two Nigerian teams will get into the quarterfinals at that level, as the girls picked the quarterfinal slot as one of the third best teams from their group. According to reports, the Tigers will face Egypt in the game billed for Pretoria today, noting that the Nigerian ladies lost their opening game to the Egyptians and now have a second chance. It is hoped that the players will be a lot better physically after going down with flu just before they faced Uganda in their last group game. The Nigerian basketball team and their South Africa counterparts are expected to represent Africa in the FIBA Under-18 World Cup scheduled to take place in Switzerland. Now on the foreign scene, passengers using Kenyan main international airport are stranded following a demonstration by workers against a planned deal between the government and a foreign investor. Findings reveal that planes have remained grounded since the demonstration commenced, as government said the build and operate agreement with India's Adani Group will see the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport renovated. Reports say an additional runway and terminal will also be constructed in exchange for the group running the airport for 30 years. Kenya Airport Workers Union, while announcing the proposed strike, said the deal will lead to job losses and inferior terms and conditions of service for those who will remain. The development has brought adverse effects on aviation operation in the country, as passengers are stranded following Kenya Airways' announcement that there will be a flight delays and possible cancellations because of the protest action at the airport, which serves Nairobi. The High Court has temporarily halted the implementation of the deal until a case filed by the Law Society and the Kenya Human Rights Commission is heard in the country. Still on the foreign scene, President Joe Biden has hinted at Washington's intention to lift restrictions on the use of U.S. long-range missiles against Russia. Report says if granted, it will fulfill repeated requests by Ukraine to loosen the limits on U.S.-supplied weapons, which officials have said has left them fighting against Russia's full-scale invasion with their hands tied. Russia is yet to comment, but the country's president, Vladimir Putin, has previously said such action could lead to a very serious problem. President Biden's remarks come as U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and his UK counterpart, Foreign Secretary David Lammy, prepare to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kyiv. Mr. Blinken said one of their goals ahead of the visit is to hear directly from the Ukrainian leadership about their objectives and what they can do to support those needs. The missiles are likely to boost Russia's arsenal, enabling it to hit Ukrainian cities close to Russia's borders or areas it already controls, at the same time as it deploys its longer-range missiles deeper into Ukrainian territory. And that ends the midday news on OSBC TV. Please join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.